Yo, so listen, I need everybody to sit down for this one because what I'm about to show you is absolutely wild. We've got circulating footage that just surfaced and it's got the entire internet losing their minds right now. Beyonce, Queen Bee herself, has apparently had enough. And when I tell you what went down between her and Nicki Minaj over this whole Jay-Z situation, you're gonna understand why this is the biggest story in hip-hop right now. Before we get into this footage though, we need to talk about how we even got here, because this beef has been brewing for a minute, and most people don't even know the full story. So stick with me, because by the end of this video, everything is gonna make sense. Let's get into it. Alright, so here's the thing. This whole situation between Nicki and the Carters didn't just pop off out of nowhere. This goes back years, like we're talking 2015 type timing. You remember when Jay-Z relaunched Tidal, that whole artist-owned streaming platform wave? Yeah, that's where this all begins. So back in 2015, Jay had this big fancy event in New York where he announced that 16 artists were going to be co-owners of Tidal. We're talking Nicki, Beyonce, Rihanna, Kanye, Madonna, J. Cole, basically everybody who was anybody. And the deal was simple, right? Each artist gets 3% equity in exchange for exclusive content and promoting the platform. Sounds good on paper. Nicki actually held up her end. She dropped the Feeling Myself video exclusively on Tidal. She promoted it heavy. She was out here really supporting the platform like she was supposed to. Fast forward to 2021, and this is where things get messy. Jay sells Tidal to Square for somewhere between $297 and $302 million. That's a massive bag. Now here's where the problem comes in. Media outlets start reporting that each artist owner got about $8.9 million from the sale. That's decent money, not gonna lie. But Nicki, she's saying she only got offered $1 million. And when she questioned it, she claims they told her no profit was made. Like, how does that math even work? By July of last year, Nicki's saying Jay-Z owes her anywhere from $100 to $200 million. She's calling it karmic debt. She's saying the $1 million was hush money to keep her quiet. And honestly, that's when people started really paying attention, because those are some serious allegations. Now, there's always been this back and forth about whether Nicki actually signed the paperwork or not. Industry executive Steve Stout came out and said a lot of these artists never completed the shareholder agreements, which would mean the whole equity thing was more promotional than legal. But Nicki's pushing back hard on that. She's saying the public signing event in 2015 should count as the agreement. And here's the thing that people don't talk about enough. Nicki wasn't the only one with issues. Kanye sued Tidal back in 2016 for $3 million in unpaid royalties related to the life of Pablo. That case got settled quietly, no public details. So there's clearly been a pattern of artists feeling like they got played with this Tidal situation. But Nicki took it to another level. She started saying Jay-Z was actively sabotaging her career. The Super Bowl situation? Whole different level of drama. When the NFL announced Kendrick Lamar was headlining the Super Bowl in New Orleans instead of Lil Wayne, Nicki went off. She's from New Orleans, Wayne is from New Orleans, and she felt like Jay-Z used his position as the NFL's live music strategist to deliberately snub Wayne out of spite. She put out this whole list on social media talking about "you ruined hip-hop, you ruined football, you ruined basketball, you ruined touring." Like she was coming for everything this man does. And people were split. Some folks were like, yeah, she's got a point about the Wayne situation. Other people were like, this is getting into conspiracy theory territory. So at this point, the beef is mostly financial and professional, right? But then Nicki starts bringing up other stuff. In October of last year, she posts on X with some explosive allegations about a beat. She's claiming that Jay-Z tried to take a beat that she had already secured for a collaboration with The Weeknd. Said it was for her 2018 album, Queen. According to Nicki, Jay insisted the beat belonged to Beyonce, and when she refused to hand it over, she got sued for making a similar track. Now this is where it gets interesting, because up until this point, Beyonce hasn't really been directly involved in the drama. She's been the silent party. But Nicki starts using some, let's just say, disrespectful language when referring to B. She called her a derogatory name in that post, said Beyonce just laid down and let them take it and then sue me. And yo, the Beehive did not take that well at all. You know how protective Beyonce's fans are. They started going at Nicki hard in the comments, defending their queen. But Nicki kept insisting her beef was only with Jay, not Beyonce. She even pointed out that Beyonce had sent her flowers back in March, congratulating her on the Pink Friday 2 tour. So there was evidence they were still cool on some level. But here's where close sources are saying things started to shift. Because even though Nicki kept saying she wasn't coming for Beyonce, she was still making allegations that directly involved her. She was saying the Carters had been copying her and her husband Kenneth Petty's style for years, called it an obsession. That's not exactly staying in your lane when it comes to just having beef with Jay. Alright, so we get to February 1st of this year, Grammy night, and this is when everything absolutely explodes. Nicki wasn't at the ceremony even though she had nominations. Trevor Noah, who was hosting, makes a joke about her absence. He's implying she's at the White House with Trump because she'd been publicly supporting him recently. The audience applauds when Noah says she's not there. And yo, Nicki snapped. Like I'm talking a multi-hour social media rant that had people's jaws on the floor. She started going at Trevor with some wild allegations, but then she pivoted to Jay-Z, and this is where it got absolutely insane. She reposted this meme about Jay's past relationships with younger women. We're talking Foxy Brown, Aaliyah, Beyonce, allegations about age gaps and inappropriate timelines. And here's the thing, people started getting genuinely concerned, not just about the wild allegations, but about Nicki herself. Because this wasn't just regular celebrity beef anymore. This was somebody who seemed to be spiraling, making increasingly unhinged accusations without any proof to back them up. So this whole time, Beyonce has been silent, radio silent. That's her usual move, right? She stays above the fray, doesn't engage in social media beef, lets her work speak for itself. But according to sources close to the situation, behind the scenes, she was not happy at all. Online speculation started heating up about when Beyonce might actually respond. People were saying there's only so much you can take before you have to defend your husband, defend your family, defend your name. And allegedly, things came to a head recently at an industry event. Now, I want to be clear, the footage that's been circulating is still being verified, and we're going to talk about what people are claiming it shows. But multiple sources are saying that Beyonce and Nicki had a confrontation, a physical confrontation, over everything that's been said about Jay-Z. So here's what people are saying went down. Allegedly, at this private industry event, Nicki and Beyonce ended up in the same space. And according to witnesses who were there, Beyonce approached Nicki directly. Now, B is not known for confrontation. She's not the type to get in people's faces, but allegedly, she had reached her limit. Sources claim the conversation started tense, but civil. Beyonce supposedly told Nicki that she needed to stop with the allegations about Jay, that she was crossing lines that couldn't be uncrossed. Nicki allegedly fired back, bringing up the Tidal money again, saying Beyonce knew what Jay had done and was complicit by staying silent. And that's reportedly when things got physical. The footage that's being shared shows what appears to be a heated altercation. People are saying Beyonce actually put hands on Nicki. Now, this is where the internet really turned on Nicki, because while she's out here making all these allegations about Jay-Z and inappropriate behavior with younger women, people started pointing out some uncomfortable truths about her own life. Her husband, Kenneth Petty, is a registered sex offender. He's got a 1995 conviction involving a 16-year-old. Her brother, Jelani Mirage, was convicted in 2017 of crimes against an 11-year-old child. Nicki paid for his legal defense and supported him throughout the trial. So you've got Nicki making these serious accusations about Jay-Z while she's literally married to a convicted sex offender and defended her brother who was convicted of crimes against a child. The hypocrisy was a lot. People were dragging her in the comments like, how are you gonna accuse someone else when your own family has actual convictions? Look, here's where we're at right now. This beef between Nicki and Jay-Z has been building for years over money, over respect, over industry politics. It's brought in Beyonce, it's brought in conspiracy theories, it's brought in politics with the whole Trump thing, and allegedly it's now gotten physical. Whether this footage is authentic or not, what's clear is that this situation has reached a breaking point. You've got serious allegations being thrown around with no legal action to back them up. You've got hypocrisy on display with Nicki's family situation. You've got Beyonce allegedly breaking character to defend her husband. The internet is divided. Some people think Nicki is exposing real corruption in the industry. Other people think she's having some kind of breakdown and needs help. But either way, this is the biggest hip-hop beef we've seen in years, and it's only getting messier. What do you think? Is Nicki speaking truth, or is this all conspiracy? Did Beyonce really step to her physically? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you made it this far, hit that like button and subscribe because this story is far from over. I'll catch you in the next one.